Okay, so for this video, I want to teach you how to make a simple, raw bohemian bracelet. Don't want to get it too elegant, too sophisticated. This is just sort of bohemian. So we start with some 22 gauge wire, one of these beautiful Druzys that I got from Fire Mountain Gems. I'm going to put it on my wire first off. I'm going to slide it quite a ways down here. I'll probably slide it down some more as we go along, because the next step is to create our round bracelet form. So grab any convenient round object to wrap around. Oh, looky, a Fire Mountain Gems travel mug. Perfect. So I'm going to grab that mug. I'm going to start wrapping this wire around the mug, holding it with one finger and wrapping around until I've made myself a bangle bracelet with as many wraps as I want till I think it looks cool. There's my Druzy. I'm going to slide it down a little more. Wrap, wrap, wrap. That looks pretty good. I think that will make a nice little bangle bracelet. And now I still need quite a lot of wire. So I'm going to unspool a bunch more, all the while I'm holding on to this. I don't know how long that is. Maybe, I'm sure it's at least 10 feet by the time I've finished here. Don't worry, zebra wire is a very inexpensive wire, great for this kind of project. Okay, so now I've got my basic bangle form here. I've got the Druzy in place. Now we want to get that all to stay that way. So I'm holding on to it with my fingers, putting aside my round object. I'm going to wrap around here at the base of the Druzy, holding everything in place. Pull that wire all the way through. You can see how much wire I set aside for myself. And wrap again. And pull it all the way through. Being careful not to kink my wire, because I want to use that wire still. I don't want it to get all kinked up. Okay. Now we're going to put this little decorative wrap around the outside edges of the Druzy. You see how that's wrapped around the outside of the Druzy? Very simple. Just hang on to your Druzy. Hang on to your wire shape. Here we go. And we're just going to casually sort of wrap it around here, making sort of an elliptical orbit around it, sort of like the electron trails around an atom. When you've got as much of a pattern around your Druzy as you want, we're going to make another wrap here. And now we don't have so much wire to have to pull through. There we go. Now we're going to make it nice and tight and make it beautiful. There we go. Now we've got that side, looks beautiful. Let's go on over to the other side. So wrapping around behind your Druzy wire, come back over to this side, which you haven't wrapped yet. We'll wrap that side to look like the first side. Even though we want it primitive and natural, you want it to look professional. So you want the two sides to look very, very similar. A couple more wraps. That looks very nice. I want that wrap to be sort of underneath. I'm going to use a pair of pliers here. Get that to go underneath where it's not so visible. There, that looks better. There we go. And I'm going to trim this tail. Trim it fairly long. And I want to get that underneath here behind my druzy and tuck it underneath somewhere so that when your person is wearing this, that little tail doesn't come out and stab somebody in the back of the wrist. That's not a good feeling. So get that tucked underneath this wire so we don't see it and we don't feel it. There we go. And then we still need to do a little bit of tightening up here on the bracelet part itself. And we can do that with just a short piece of wire. I've got like 4 inches here. Make a nice tight twist. Make sure that wherever your ends are, you trim them off. They're not in a location where they're going to stab somebody in the wrist. So trim off those ends. Keep it smooth. Tuck it in some more if needed. We'll do another little band over here. About 4 inches of wire. Band that up nicely. Nice and tight. And you can whip out a bunch of these and use them for your Christmas bazaars or your Christmas gifts or Mother's Day, whatever works for you. And make sure the two halves look kind of alike. Look pretty good. There we go. We can uniform out that wire a little bit. Trim off all the excess edges. Trim off all the little excesses. Make sure you trim the right one. I want to make sure that one doesn't stick out like that. I want it to be pointing down and into my bundle of wire. There we go. And you can make these any size you need for the right person. It won't fit me, but it would fit my friend Jude. And this one would probably fit me. So you can make them any color, any size, and look how quick and easy that was. Go ahead and make yourself a bohemian bracelet with rabbit wire or zebra wire and Druzys, bringing strength and healing to you and your family. Happy beading!